Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my September update for my Rolling Project 10 pan for 2021. I do have two products. I have one product that I'm rolling out and then one product that is almost done, and I'm gonna still work on it but also roll in like technically an 11th product. Just so I can get a head start on just finishing up hopefully another product before the end of the year. So if you guys are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed and you like project painting content or palette themed content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I would love if you would consider subscribing before moving on. Other than that, if you're interested in seeing my progress in my Rolling Project 10 pan and all of the progress that I made throughout the month of August, let's get into it. All right, guys, let's start with the two products that have been kicking since the beginning. So up first, I have my COSSIS Concealer. When I rolled this in January, this weighed 28 grams. And the last couple of months, it has weighed 23 grams. So I have used 5 grams of product since the introduction, but last update, it was 23 grams. This update, it's still 23 grams. My cap did break off towards the beginning of the year, and I did see some windowing. I have a very small window right here. I'm not still 100% sure how much product I have left of this. I don't think I'm gonna take the stopper out of this one just because this is already so messy. I literally have the like thing taped on here because my cap broke off, so I feel like taking the stopper out would just be way too messy, so I probably won't do that. But I still feel like I have a ton of product left in this. Every time I use it, it's not like I'm scraping to get product out. So this is something that honestly could still be kicking around at the end of the year. I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the year, but I'm not too hopeful. And then the other product that has been in since the introduction is my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This, when I rolled this in, weighed 13 grams, and we've been making slow progress on it. Last update, this weighed 10 grams, and it still weighs 10 grams. This is something that I knew a lot of people had said this takes forever to go through, it takes forever to pan. But when I first started using this product, I felt like I was going through it really quickly. So I'm really glad that I put it in a project to see how long it truly does take to use this up. This is not something I will repurchase when I finish just because it's a little bit thick and it's just not my favorite. I haven't tested that many eyeshadow primers, so I would just like to test a new eyeshadow primer out. I'm currently at this marking right here. When we rolled it in, it was like right about here. There may have been an air bubble, may not have, but I still feel like this is gonna take me probably until the end of the year to finish this up. This is another one that I don't feel like I'm necessarily scraping to get product out, and this is just taking me forever. Another product I thought would not take me that long that is proving to take me forever is my Charlotte Tilbury Peach Gasm Beauty Light Wand. So this has been in, I believe, since, I'm just like verifying on my notes, at least since April. It was weighing 16 grams then. It weighed 13 grams it weighed 14 grams last update, and it still weighs 14 grams. This is my newest marking right here. This one's really hard to say. Like how long this is actually going to take. When I rolled this in, I was like right here obviously, and I felt like this would not take me that long because getting to that point, I felt like I hadn't used this product that much, but it just keeps kicking and it just keeps kicking, and I really haven't had to like open the product up to squeeze more out as of late. I will say I did not wear makeup all that much throughout the month of August, so I don't feel like I reach for this all that often. This is also something I prefer to wear in like the summer months. It just works better for me in the summer. So I'm hoping I can finish this by the end of the year because this is a product that I thought for sure would not be in my collection going into 2022. I do love this product and would purchase it again next spring, summer, but I thought that this would be a for sure out by the end of the year, and I'm, again, not confident in that one. And then another liquid blush I have is my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. This one has been in for quite a while too, since at least April. It weighed 12 grams when we rolled it in. Last update, it weighed 10 grams, and this still weighs 10 grams. I still have about half of this product left, and I thought about rolling this out and rolling in a different liquid blush, but I still do enjoy reaching for this and would just like to continue my progress with this probably until the end of the year. I don't think I'll finish this up, but I would like to see how much of this I could finish by the end of the year. Maybe even if I could get like another like fourth of this done, so I'd be like right about here, that would be amazing. But I am gonna keep this in and continue to track my progress with this. The product that I'm almost done with, so I'll update you guys next month. I think it will be done next month, but I am also going to roll in a product to replace this, is my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. I use this both as a skincare item as well as a primer. As I was saying, I didn't wear makeup all that much throughout the month of August, but I wore this just about every day. And I also had this in my car at one point in August, and I would like, I think we went on a road trip at the very beginning of August, and I would like reapply it while like in the car. Like I would put this on the way to work, and then like as I was driving home from work, I would also reapply this just to like add some hydration back to my face, which is why I feel like I was able to use up so much of this product. When I updated you guys last month, this weighed 131 grams and it weighs 118 grams today. So lots of this used up. By my best estimate, I am right about here. Obviously, you can see where I was when we rolled it in. Not much progress the first month of use, but tons of progress this month. This is a really nice product, and I used to really enjoy this, but I don't necessarily know for sure that I would repurchase this. I could see myself repurchasing this, but I could also see myself not repurchasing this, just because sometimes I feel like when I use this, I skip sunscreen because it just feels like I'm layering so much on my face, whereas I would rather just go in with like a really hydrating SPF. So that is the reason I don't necessarily know I would repurchase this, but I still think it's a really nice product. My Buxom Seychelles blush. I rolled this in July, and this weighed 38 grams. My goal was to just hit pan by the end of the year, and I told you guys when I rolled this in, I wasn't even sure I would hit pan because I do feel like the pan on this is probably pretty deep. I have never actually seen anyone pan this to my knowledge, so I'm not 100% sure how deep the pan actually is, but I do love this blush. I love a good neutral blush, and this gives a really pretty like sheen or glow to the cheeks without being super highlighty. So it is a blush that is one of my favorites in my collection, and I knew I could get a lot of use out of it without really putting too much effort into it. It did weigh 38 grams last month as well, and it weighs 38 grams this month. I pretty much exclusively reached for this blush when I was reaching into blush last month. So I was using this, but I feel like it's gonna look like I didn't use this at all. I do feel like this is more firmly pressed as well, so I don't feel like with powdery blushes, sometimes you see progress obviously sooner. This is just gonna be really slow going, and I'll be very curious to see what this looks like at the end of the year. My Rare Beauty Mini Liquid Lipstick, I rolled in July as well. It was weighing 17 grams at that point. Last update, it weighed 17 grams, and it still weighs 17 grams today. I feel like I actually have used this a decent amount. Like I would say I maybe reached for this like 10 times between last update and now, just in terms of like, sometimes I reapply this because it's more of like a satin, creamy lip satin rather than like a drying liquid lipstick. It's definitely more comfortable, and I do really enjoy this color. This is something I think I'll get a lot of use out of in September, October, November time. I just feel like it's a really beautiful fall shade. So I'm not worried about finishing this up by the end of the year, but when I rolled this in, I thought I would fly through this, and it's definitely been slower moving than I had originally anticipated. Next up, I have my Milk Makeup highlighter, the Flex highlighter in the shade Lit. When I originally rolled this in, I gave myself a use goal of 25, and after hitting that goal, I decided to keep this in to try and hit pan on this shade. I do have like a decent amount of wear in the center and like kind of a dip, but also I don't know if it's like a good dip or not. This is another one, I don't know. I feel like the pan could be relatively deep on this, and I reached for this quite a bit. Like I do feel like I reached for this a decent amount, but I don't feel like the progress is, I feel like I use this more than like the progress shows. So I don't know if it's gonna look like I use this at all, but I did reach for this a handful of times throughout the last month as well. Still hopeful I'll be able to hit pan on this by the end of the year. I am excited to do an updated like pans in my collection video towards the end of the year, because I have been focused on, rather than like finishing up all of my powder products, I've been trying to rotate through and cycle through more of my collection, but just like have my goal of hitting pan. So like for my bronzers, rather than trying to finish up a couple of bronzers this year, trying to hit pan on more bronzers. So I would love to add another pan to my collection before I do that video at the end of the year. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that with that highlight shade. And then the last product to update you guys on is one that I finally reached my goal on, and I'm so excited about this. It is my Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer, and yay, we finally have a pan on this. I honestly thought pan was never going to come in this. I felt like I was using this so much, and I was so convinced I was gonna hit pan every single day, and then pan just never came. So I had finally given up, and then the day that I actually did hit pan on this, I like wasn't even looking down until like I went to close this and put it away, and I realized I had hit pan, and I was so freaking excited about this. This is something that has been in since April, and in April it weighed 145 grams. Last update in August it weighed 142 grams, and it weighs 141 grams today with a pan on it, which I'm so excited about. But I'm definitely ready to put this bronzer away, probably for the rest of the year, because I feel like I have used this bronzer literally so much, and I'm excited to retire this one for a little bit. Even though I love it, I feel like I've just used it so much, I'm kind of getting bored with it. So that brings me to the two products that I'm going to be rolling in. The first product that I'm rolling in to replace my my Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops, which again, I will update you guys on that. So technically I'll have 11 products to update you guys on next month, but I am going to roll in my Glossier Wowder. This is in the shade G11-G12. I don't have too much of this left, and I do love this powder. This is something that I definitely will repurchase probably next spring, although I have been reaching for and enjoying just a pressed powder more than I have a loose powder lately. So this is something I feel like I could easily use up by the end of the year, get it out of my makeup inventory. So hopefully my makeup inventory numbers are a little bit better than I want them to be, or better than I'm anticipating they're going to be now. Just, I want to get things out of my collection I feel confident I can finish by the end of the year, and this is one of those products. So I think maybe 1 to 2 months of use on this. It's a really nice lightweight powder, really good if you have dry skin, and I really enjoy that one. I don't think I'll have any problem finishing that up. And then the bronzer that I'm going to be rolling in to replace the Marc Jacobs bronzer is my e.l.f. Forever Sunkissed Bronzer. I do have this on today. This is something that I have reached for very, very infrequently, if at all, this entire year. And I was considering decluttering it, but I actually do really enjoy the product. So I was really excited to hit pan on that Marc Jacobs to get to finally roll in a new bronzer. I feel like if I look really closely, I can kind of see a ring, possibly. So I think maybe a couple of months of use, and I hope to have pan on this. And then it would be really awesome if I could hit pan on one more bronzer by the end of the year. So this and one more bronzer, I would be so happy with myself, meaning obviously hitting pan on 2 more bronzers, fingers crossed, hopefully by the end of 2021. But that is gonna wrap it up. Oh, no, I forgot one more thing. I forgot to update you guys on this, which I rolled in last update. This is my Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. This has been going in my whole collection project pan, and then I rolled it in to this project last update. It weighed 35 grams. Today it is weighing 33 grams. My goal is to finish this up. This is definitely a very light coverage product. I just barely wore makeup last month. I have to wear a mask again at work, which I wasn't, and now I do again. So I just have not been motivated to really wear foundation at all, or tinted any base product like that. So that is why this one did not get a ton of use. I'm still hoping that I can finish this up by the end of the year, but I feel like I have at least half of this product left still. I have so many markings on this from like, this was my goal for my project. I don't really know where I'm at. I would assume I have about half of this left. So we'll see if I can finish this by the end of the year. I used to think this was like my holy grail, would repurchase when I finish. Now I've tried so many other tinted moisturizers and light coverage foundations that I do prefer over this one, that I don't think I would purchase this one again, but I do still think it's a nice product. However, I would love to get another foundation out of my collection, because that category is just, I have way too many. Anyway, that is actually gonna wrap it up for today's video for my update for my rolling project 10 pan. I would love to know, have you recently finished up any products? Are you working on finishing up any products? What products are giving you the most struggle? Like, what are you struggling most with to finish up or hit pan on this year? Would love to know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel, as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.